Make sure we're on live on the phone. I'm pretty sure it's going. Start seeing people come in, maybe. Pretty sure.
We are live.
So you can hear. Yeah, you can just talk. You can't really tell if there's anybody in there unless you're on YouTube on the. Let's see if there's lurkers.
Oh, Crazy Ed's here. Hey, Ed.
Wow, Ed's up.
We are, if you can see Chris back there, making chili for the chili challenge. And
From
we
scratch.
figured we would go live and see who was up. What are you doing up at this hour?
Well, I think he's at least an hour behind us, so coming up on 2.
Not too bad.
He's probably working out in his yard still.
Hope everything's going well on the homestead.
Yeah, he's been busting ass. I know he's not putting half of what he's doing on there, that's for sure.
We just got home from work.
Yeah.
Hey, Blue Farm.
Blue Farm.
Chris is making some.
Homemade chili from scratch.
Yeah, we just got home from work. Oh, you're at work, Ed? We just got home from work.
Ed, you got a new job already? Huh. I must have missed that, buddy.
Well, congratulations if you did get a new job. Hope you're well, Nikki. Hope you had a good Tuesday.
Yeah. Bring her up if you want to. See if she wants to. Just drop a link.
Yeah, that's. Are you? Whoa.
Whoa.
Chili with no beans, Blue Farm says.
We're
Oh,
cheating.
no, you don't get out of work till 5 a.m. Are you still driving the truck, Ed? What'd you do? Are you doing something new now?
Yeah,
I thought you were all done with the truck driving.
I know he wanted to do a localized driving job, not cross country anymore.
Can only imagine how exhausting driving a truck is.
Sure.
I drove a pickup truck tonight and I had a panic attack the whole time. I'm right there with you, Nikki. I am pooped out.
Yeah. Still early. Come on now.
It's been a couple of crazy days. Chris's dad actually had a grand mal seizure yesterday.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That's why we weren't around.
That's why you didn't see us around yesterday. And it's kind of just been a recuperating day from that.
Yeah.
Hi, Vandaland.
Wow.
Hope you are well.
Just see if anybody wants to come up, ask.
Oh, awesome. That's what we do, Ed. We're commercial cleaners. He's
Really?
not driving a truck anymore. He's running a cleaning crew for restaurants.
Excellent. Good choice, buddy. Restaurant's good money. I knew a guy who would get $100 every building he cleaned. He cleaned 3 buildings a night, so that could be good, easy money.
Sometimes it's not easy though. We were doing restaurants not that long ago.
Yeah.
And now we just do the headquarters for the restaurants.
Yep.
Which is way easier than.
So
I'm glad you're well. What you doing up so late, Vandaland?
Beautiful array of tomatoes. That's turning into chili tonight. We got a long way to go.
Garden is wrapping up. We just did one of our one of our final weigh-ins.
Yeah.
3 pounds of peppers. I was pretty proud of that. Hey,
And more to
Q.
come. Who was that?
Oh, that's not good. 48 hours with no sleep. 3 hours sleep.
Jeez, was that Q?
Yeah.
She's been locked in the basement too long.
Chris says you need to get out of the basement and go to bed. They are so good, those tomatoes.
Oh, yeah.
Just chilling.
Nobody wants to come up?
If anybody wants to come up, just let me know and I'll drop the link.
Have a chit chat while we're doing crazy cooking at 3 in the morning.
Seems like it's been a crazy week already for everybody.
Oh, yeah, you should tell everybody what happened here yesterday. Other
Meaning?
than my father.
What else happened?
The whole shooting and robbery.
Oh, God, yeah.
High-speed chase.
Our town went nuts yesterday. So it started off in the morning, and you guys probably have heard Chris tell you where our location is. Well, we are completely surrounded by shopping malls, the highway, you name it. Well, one of the shopping plazas, there was a shooting that killed 2 people. The guy took off on foot, and they caught him 2 doors down from our house.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he didn't open fire or anything in our neighborhood. He was just taking off from the police. And then in the complex on this side of us, somebody had robbed CVS and a bank, and that resulted in a high-speed chase. That kind of stuff doesn't typically happen around here. It's kind of scary that things are getting closer to home. Oh, you were canning again, Q?
My goodness. She's prepping for the end. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it finally stopped raining here today. It was quite yucky for a few days.
Squish, squish.
So we're hoping that that's...
Hoping that's...
All right, if you want to come up, I'll drop the link. I should say Chris will drop the link because I have no clue.
Yeah, she's technologically literate. So, ready? Let me see. Copy. It's copied. You're gonna exit out of here. Left click. Paste. Chat.
Sure, I'll remember that.
Now, their faces are gonna show up here. If there's someone you don't recognize,
Don't click it.
let me see who it is. And, you know.
Wait, you think you know more people than me?
Yes, by face, yes. I know
All
that's
right,
a big YouTube
the link is
no-no.
in the chat.
Big YouTube no-no, but we'll try to protect ourselves.
Well, I mean, if it got real bad, you just leave the studio, right?
You don't even, when they come in, you'll have accept or decline.
Gotcha. Yeah, the shooting was drug involved.
Yeah.
Here's Ed. Hey, Ed.
I'm gonna have to shut my camera off. I can talk. I just can't hold the camera or the phone and mop at the same time.
Buddy. No, that's all good, man.
You got to come up with some gadgets and gadgets. That's what we do cleaning.
Yeah.
Chris actually has a hookup to his trash barrel that holds his phone.
Yeah, but see, I'm doing this for right now, and I'm switching Saturday to go work with the guy I've been working with his mom and taking over her crew.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
Running. Yeah. And I'll be doing office buildings and a movie theater and all that crap.
Yeah, that's what me and Chris do.
Yeah.
It's good money
Yep.
though if you can put your head down and just do it.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing. And plus, I got to do my YouTube and my property and all
Yeah.
that crap.
So are you working second, third shift?
I'm working from 8 o'clock at night till 5 in the morning.
Yeah, that's we start at 6 and we're usually done by 3. So
Well, now I've got to go 7 days a week. So
yeah, it's rough for
that's
a
gonna
while
be
till
fun.
your body gets used to it. But I'm sure truck driving, you're used to nights.
Yeah.
Well, I just slept for 2 hours today. I did a 2-hour live and then slept for 2 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
good to
sleeping
go.
good, Matt.
Yeah, it gets crazy. When me and Chris first started, we've been with our boss for going on 8 years. And when we first started, we were literally working 22 hours a day. Like we would come home, take a quick nap, and then get up and go back to work.
Because the same problem, nobody wanted to work.
Well, nobody wanted to work and we couldn't really refuse it. I mean, we were counting the hundreds every day. Like it was really hard to say no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do good. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah,
As
and
long as I
I can
get
tell
my
you
property.
I can tell you from experience around here, Ed, it's really hard for cleaning services to find help right now,
Yeah.
especially when they're starting to mandate the you know what.
Screw all that. I'll stay on my property.
Yeah, see, that's thankfully our boss supports our decision on that and he stands up for our rights.
He
But
says he'll close down before he
Yeah.
makes us.
he said he would go out of business before he ever made us do anything like that.
Yeah, but see, when I take over, I'll be an independent contractor doing it.
That's
They
awesome.
would have to make me. They'd have to make me do it, and I'll tell them to go. You know what?
Yeah.
Right.
The thing that bothers me the most is it's in New Hampshire. It's supposed to be companies that have 100 employees or more that they're, forcing to get the jab. And we're a small business of under 30 people and we're independently contracted. We're not part of these companies. It's frustrating. They still think that they have that right over you. Thank you, Nikki. Have a good night, Q. He drops.
Q's out already?
Yeah, she said she's only gotten 3 hours of sleep in the past couple of days.
Yeah. And it drops.
Yeah.
Going on. Yeah, this is early for us drops, honestly.
Just got home from work. Mr. Ed is at work.
Me, I'm making chili from scratch.
Can't hear me.
He must be incognito working.
Ed, Nikki from Blue Farm wants to know more about your channel. If you can hear me still. Oh, he cut out.
Yeah, he's at work.
So Ed is just recently purchased his own homestead that he literally has to do
From the ground up.
Yeah, he has to clear trees, the whole 9 yards. Oh, he's back.
I couldn't hear anybody.
So Nikki was just asking what your channel was about.
Homesteading. I'm on a new piece of property of 10 acres. Nothing's ever been done to it, and now I have to paint the canvas for everybody.
Yeah, we're saying you're literally doing it from the ground up. Hey, Robert.
Oh.
Exactly.
Robert, he's at work, so I'm sure he's having in and out service.
I just can't see the chat.
Well, Robert said thumbs up for the night shift chatters at Cosmic Cultivators and Crazy Ed. Oh,
Yeah.
I can just click it.
And then if you go to the next one and then just tick, 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 tick. I don't know if that helps, Ed. I know you're working, but we're going to try to highlight everything for you, buddy.
Oh, that's up to you guys.
Well,
I mean, if you just want to let me know what they're saying, that's fine.
yeah, okay, yeah. This is all new to us. We're still learning these things. As
Yeah,
we
this
go.
is our like second real live.
Right. I get that.
Yeah, Ed does a lot of stuff, honestly.
Yeah, he just had a barbecue
Who, me?
cook-off.
Yeah,
as
Vanda
well.
the Land said clearing property and going live all the time. In a nutshell, no pun intended. That's my take on it. He
Hey,
does so much stuff.
Vanderland. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, definitely check out his channel, Nikki. He's got a lot
You'll
of work
like it.
ahead of him, but it will be amazing when it is done.
Yeah. Well,
You guys will like it, Mickey. Most definitely. Especially when I bust my ass on the ground.
That would be like every single video for me if I was doing that stuff.
that was the tree
But you
battle.
missed it. I actually did that.
Yeah, the tree battle, right?
Trying to get the
Yeah.
line. Yeah.
Yeah, and it broke.
Yep.
You guys
That would
actually
be-
watching me?
Yeah. We.
You guys are too busy to follow someone like me.
Oh, Ed, you wouldn't believe the amount of people that we follow.
And
It's like
I'll
a
put it to you
part-time
this way.
job.
I'll put it to you this way, buddy. On YouTube, you can see how many hours you spend on it. You as an individual, I average
Yeah.
22 to 23 hours a day.
Holy crap. I try to, but I've got too much stuff going on.
Even if we can't actually watch it while we're at work, we'll put you on and we'll at least listen to it. It definitely makes the time go by a lot faster, and it's way better than listening to a vacuum cleaner.
A lot of us are in the chat.
Yeah.
But we just can't chat. But you know, we're there. We're lurking. We're John lurkers.
Gale lurkers. Gale started
Gale
that.
lurkers. That too, yeah. Look at this. We got 6 people alive at this hour. See, this isn't a bad idea.
Yeah, we definitely found a micro farmer was telling us, Ed, that you and him used to go live all the time late night.
Oh yeah, and we're doing it New Year's Eve. We're doing probably a 17-hour live.
Wow. He was the one who encouraged us to do this because we told him our schedule and how it's really hard for us to go live during the day. And he's like, why don't you guys just jump on when you get home, even if it's for an hour or two?
Exactly.
You got to start somewhere, I suppose.
Well, did you see who showed up on my live this morning?
Who did?
Were you guys there this morning?
No, Ed, we were sleeping, buddy. That's what we mean. Is that?
Yeah, Jared Crocker was on there.
Oh, I've heard the name.
Yeah, Jason, the Crocker family.
Yep.
It's pretty cool when you can have those guys come up on your channel.
Yeah, I heard they're huge.
They're nice people though. I actually met them.
That's awesome.
When I was at the meetup.
To me, that's what it's
you
all
guys
about, is getting huge and still, remaining the
Small.
same.
Well, when I went there, I only had 622 subs, and that Sunday night, it hit over 1,000.
Yeah, it was that meetup, right?
Yeah, it was when you were live for we were there for all of that.
Yeah.
You are our entertainment for all those hours.
You needed to get monetized in the hours, so we were on you. Now we've moved on, but we still kind of work, Ed,
Yeah. You guys got to do what you guys got to do.
Yeah. Han Solo, that's a new one.
Well,
no, Han Solo's been around. He just stopped coming to my channel.
Well,
for a while.
For us, it's new because this is our real life. So
there's a lot of insomnia in other parts of the world you can catch.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. That's what we figured we're gonna call our lives, is the cosmic insomniacs.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that we'll just have topics like, chili chat, chili chit chat.
It does smell pretty good in here.
I haven't even started.
Okay, I'm back. I just had to mute myself for a minute.
All good.
So where's Nikki?
Nikki's here. She's pooped out tonight.
Ah,
She's got youngins.
yeah, I get it. She doesn't want to sit in that uncomfortable chair.
So we're finally going to be getting chickens in the spring. We've finally got the okay for that.
I'm hoping to get chickens next year.
Yeah, I want to rush into it, but where we have such cold winters, it's just better to start in the spring.
Yeah, guess how I'm going to build my chicken coop and my chicken run. I'm going to take I'm going to do all the chicken coop in the pallets, make a pallet house out of them, and then I'm going to take all the small trees, the ones that are really small, and build the fence, and then put chicken wire around it.
That's not a bad idea. I'd even use some of those smaller trees for roost and stuff like that.
I'm going to.
Yeah, we're actually, my niece just bought her first house, and they had a bunch of chicken coops and other stuff up around the yard, and she doesn't want them. So she's taking down all of the supplies, and she's going to give it to me and Chris.
Oh, that's cool.
So the tin roof, the nice thick fencing.
And you know us, Ed, we love recycled trash.
Exactly, and we've got so much pellet wood out there.
The way, if it works out the way I hope, a friend of mine has a 20 by 40 building that's been built over another house.
Yeah.
And he said when he gets home in November or by Thanksgiving, if the people that he told they could have it has not started on it, he's going to tell them, don't worry about it. He's going to give it to me. I'll have enough material to build an entire house.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it has the windows, the doors, the insulation, everything.
That would be really awesome.
Okay, I'll take a week off work and I'll come and tear it down.
Exactly.
Like, well, let me see what they're gonna do first. I'm like, you son of a gun. And it's a good thing I've known this guy for over 12 years. He says he's got it. He's got it.
Hans, we're gonna start small. I mean, we're on 2.2 acres. It sounds like a lot, but it's not.
Oh, so it's covered already?
Yeah, most of it's already covered with either garden beds and or fruit trees now. So
yeah, we have a fruit forest, by the way, Ed, if you haven't seen that, buddy.
Planted about 10 different trees.
Dude, you guys are doing awesome on your channel.
We're trying.
We're trying.
It takes a lot, when you
I've got to get better.
Into it, when you first go into it, it's almost like bullheaded. It's like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great. We're gonna do this, that, this, and you get into it, and you're like, whoo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I get it.
I mean, for me this year it was learning how to manage the greenhouse and the outside, because last year all I had was the greenhouse, and this year
I've got to build one.
It was trying to divide my time between the two and give them equal attention. But now the greenhouse is rocking it, and outside's pretty much done. So makes life.
Yeah, I've got to build the greenhouse.
Check out ours, Ed. We did it for under what, $200?
Yeah, most of that was concrete and bricks.
Yeah, we did.
I got 4x4s. I've got the plastic that you use for greenhouses.
Yep.
Got 175 feet of it. So I'm just going to do it out of plastic and 2x4s and 4x4s.
Yeah.
But my problem is, where am I going to put it? how many trees do I got to put down to do it?
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's going to be the hardest part for you right now. It is just the tree aspect of things.
Oh my God. I got 15 trees sitting on the ground that I got to delimb, cut up, but I might be getting a sawmill. A friend of mine wants to buy one. And
we're probably not going to do a chicken tractor, but I would like to make a coop that is big enough yet small enough to move around.
Yeah, that's kind of my idea. I guess you could call it a chicken tractor.
Yeah, a chicken tractor with a house. How's that?
How about a chicken mansion tractor? Something like that.
you know what you always could do is get a small trailer, pull behind trailer. If you got a that you can hook up to your vehicle or a lawnmower or whatever, and build it on that.
We will have a boat trailer.
I was gonna say we do have an extra trailer sitting around. Well, it's got a boat on it, but
well, you just bring the boat to Missouri. I got plenty of property for you to put it on.
yeah.
Well, it's riddled with holes.
Yeah, we have one boat that's in good condition, and this one we inherited when a family member passed, and yeah, they held on to a boat that will sink.
Well, I'll still store it for you. I'm only around 4 lakes, so
you definitely need to get a boat then.
yeah, I do. But
And you
I got priorities for
that fishing competition.
Yeah, but I got priorities. I'm trying to actually grow up at 55, and it sucks.
Yeah, Drops, we're going to be getting free material, so we'll be building ours custom, and I know Chris, he'll make sure he don't bang his head. More than likely, everything will be too tall for me to reach.
Well, I work with a girl that she's probably like 4'1", if that.
I'm 5'1".
She's trying to wipe stuff down. It's funny.
Yeah, us short people have a rough life.
Yeah, but she kicks butt.
Yeah.
What? You can kick butt?
Yeah, I can.
No, you can't.
Just did 4 buildings by myself.
You're like a yipping chihuahua.
Hey, ask your husband, is he ready for another challenge for cooking?
Are you not ready for another cooking challenge?
So I kind of heard you talk about it. I don't want to spill the beans too much, but I think it's going to be a cool challenge, if you get what I mean.
Yeah. Oh,
yes.
It is.
Yes, we are ready for that cool challenge that you have coming.
Cool challenge.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. Cool challenge. As you see, I'm in the background practicing.
Yeah, I see that.
That's why Chris is always with me. He is my forklift.
I'm a what?
My forklift. Hey, I can't reach that. Get that.
Oh.
I'm too short. Please grab that.
I wish I could actually see the chat, but at least I'm here supporting.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, much appreciated, buddy. That and it's good convo for work.
Yeah. Yeah. It gives me something
My
to do.
beautiful girlfriend and I built a double-decker coop, 2 separate enclosures.
Wow.
That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah.
Now you got me really thinking I could have double the amount of chickens.
I'd like to start off with a half dozen, but
yeah, we're thinking 6 to start with. But I know me, once I go into the actual Tractor Supply store, it will be a different story.
Hey, is Drop? Can you guys find out if Drops is still in here?
He is still in here.
Drops. I got your email. Thank you very much. You just added onto what I have to buy and put into the ground for a septic tank. So I appreciate that because I'm building my own septic tank out on the property.
That must be fun.
Oh yeah, see what I like about where I live, there's no restrictions. I can do anything I want. And no one can say anything.
That would be amazing.
It is.
Unfortunately, we don't have anything like that around here. But
that's when you need to move to Missouri.
But we're supposed to be the live free or die state. Go figure.
Right. Yeah, just move to Missouri and we can get together and do cookouts and gardening and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Well,
oh, Drops is coming up.
Yeah.
Adding Drops. Hey, Drops.
Hey, can you see me?
I can see you.
Yeah, it's kind of late in the day. And my mouse went away. Huh. Hold on. There we go. Now I can see y'all. Yeah, you know, it's hard getting started, Ed, in a homestead. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's you have expenses you never thought about.
Exactly.
I
have muscles I didn't even know.
Yeah, well, I'm 57 almost, so I know what you mean.
Dude, I'm almost 55. In 2 months, I'll be 55.
Yeah, I've been there.
But see, what's funny is the people I work with, they've got a lot. They bought 10 acres, literally 500, 600 feet away from me.
Yep. And the land, that would totally be me.
Yeah, I've been looking at the stuff in Missouri, Oklahoma, East Texas. I was going to move to West Texas, but somebody brought a lot of drama. You know what that shit means. You know what I mean?
Where to begin?
And I was like, you know, well, I have a 19-year-old daughter I have to take care of too. You know what I'm saying? So I can't just go live like Ed. Otherwise, I'd be in the woods with Ed right now, someplace around there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got to have more of a structure. But you know, but I'm doing good in business.
That's good.
Ed, how has the weather been in Missouri? I heard it was pretty bad out there.
It's been raining it rained Thursday and Friday, was clear Saturday and Sunday, rained Monday. It's raining now. But it's supposed to start clearing up and get back up into the 60s, but it's been down in the low 40s with the wind blowing. It's freaking cold.
Yeah. I hear the summers though. You guys get a lot of weather.
I have no clue. I haven't been here. This is my first time ever living here.
My brother went to basic in Missouri, and my dad went down for his graduation, and all he did was complain the whole time he was there. It's too hot. I can't handle it.
I lived in Arizona. Nothing's too hot.
You'll be all right with the heat then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put up an avatar. It's getting late at night. I usually get up around 6 o'clock to do trading on the market. And then in the afternoon, after I take my nap, I usually do all my client stuff. So I'm just like, you know, the end of the day.
Up early.
Yeah, it's I'm in Washington State right now, just outside of Spokane. So, you know.
Oh, so it's not as early as it is here then.
It's 12:12, but you know I get up at 6 in the morning, so it's I sleep like 5 hours. So, anyway, so it's okay.
Like I do.
Yeah, that's about our average is 5 to 6.
You're like 5 to 16.
Yeah, I wish I was 5 to 16.
If I slept 16 hours, I wouldn't be able to crawl out of bed. Everything would be crusted up, and I wouldn't be able to move. You know.
Yeah, so. I think that's why Chris only sleeps 5 hours because his arthritis starts bothering him, starts thrashing.
My back starts hurting. If I stay in bed more than 5 hours, my back's killing me.
Yeah, that's one of the things too. You know, I mean, you're in your 20s, you feel great, and when you start hitting your early 30s, the pain starts coming, and then when you hit your 40s, it really hurts, and then when you're in your 50s, wow, you're there.
You
I
think you're
can't
gonna
even
die.
honestly.
Chris says he can't even imagine that age. He just turned 38 and he's falling apart.
And I've had arthritis for 15 years, so yay me.
Yeah, but you're just a baby.
Yeah, he got hurt as a baby, so you know he's paying the price already.
Oh well, there's
Yeah,
cancer too. I mean, that's a good one too. I mean, I've been dealing with that for over 30 years. So,
Yeah, it's
well,
not fun.
and I was told you're gonna be in a wheelchair by the time you're 40. I'm still here. I'm not walking, you know,
Yeah.
and picking up 5-foot tractor tires.
I think it's all in how much you push yourself to.
yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely growing your own food and eating your own food, I think, dramatically helps.
Yeah, I'm grinding.
Oh,
my
I
own
know.
food.
There's a 6-point buck that's walking around my property. It needs to go into a freezer.
Nice,
Yeah.
dude.
I haven't had venison in so long. My
Neither have
brother
I, but what,
My brother goes hunting every open season, and he has yet to bring home anything yet.
what I like about it though is I could shoot it on my property and do what I want with it. You know,
Yeah, 10
process
acres.
it.
10 acres. You got
And
more than enough room.
I got a
Yeah.
snack bar. The deer stop every night at my garden, what's left of it, and they have a snack. It's like 7 of them.
Yeah, I got a mother and 2 babies, twin babies that come by. They ripped my sweet potato plants apart. They've eaten the trees. Fencing will be going up next year.
Oh yeah, you definitely got to do that if you want to keep them out of the garden. But you know, yeah, I noticed one doe. They've been coming from my yard for the last 5 years. This one doe, she had 2 fawns this year, so you know, she's got a couple with her. And then I caught a baby moose calf eating my tomatoes too, and they love tomatoes for some reason. If you want to catch deer, raise tomatoes.
Yeah,
Wow,
no doubt.
and that's impressive. He said he nursed himself off of a copperhead bite with just natural food.
That's good. That's real good.
I would be so panicked if I got bit by a copperhead.
That's the worst thing you can do is get
Hey,
panicked.
well, yeah.
Well, in that old house in Georgia over there, I had this lady moved in next door, and when she bought the place, it was full of rats in the ceiling,
What?
and there was copperheads in the back of the property right next to mine. It's like, yeah, well, I killed a mock with a backhoe, you know.
Yeah, that's really all we have to worry about around here is water moccasins. Occasionally a timber rattler, but
Yeah, I
it's
was gonna say,
rare, very
that's
rare.
Very rare up here.
Yeah.
Garter snakes, we got lots of those.
Well, the mock was chasing the kids across the yard, and I had my garden hoe with me right then and there, and I just went around, and it came right up to me, and I just knocked it silly with that garden hoe and chopped it. Big old fat snake, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, water moccasins are scary.
Hey, Homestead Aquarius. Oop, wrong way.
Oh, where to begin? I hope you get a buck for your freezer too. I think everybody deserves one.
I would rather have a doe, actually. You know, to be honest with you, get a doe permit.
I've honestly, in my entire life, and I have a family full of hunters, I've never seen a buck in a freezer. I've always seen does.
Yeah, you know, they're bigger here. I mean,
More meat.
we got mule deer here, so they're like 185 pounds on the hoof, you know. And those get pretty big. The bucks aren't so big around here, you know. They don't last that long.
This buck that I'm looking at is freaking beautiful.
So
But also, I've got probably a dozen wild turkeys.
Yes.
Yes, we have so many turkeys. That's all right. They can stay around just in case we need them. We feed them corn all the time.
I've got a bunch of wild quail, California quail. They're like, Cornish hen type, size. They're pretty cool. I got about 300 of them running around my backyard all the time.
Jeez.
Vandal
That's
Lynn,
cool.
you are a brave person. He says he has a pygmy rattler not too long ago. Beautiful snake. It's in a jar of alcohol now. Got it for keeps.
You're out of your mind.
Yeah, I would never mess with a rattlesnake. I have 2
Yeah.
pet snakes, and I still wouldn't mess with a rattlesnake.
I used to catch them as kids when I lived in Nevada, outside of Vegas.
No,
I used to catch lizards and snakes all the time. So
lizards.
Rattler
I
don't-
would totally do lizards, but not rattlesnakes.
yeah, they're not that bad.
A good snake is one that is wrapped around a tree permanently.
A lot of people have that opinion. I think they serve their purpose. Just think all of us gardeners would be in serious trouble with rats and mice and.
Very true.
So where do
You know what's pretty awesome?
She's seeing a lot more bucks this year than she's seeing does.
That's not good.
Cool.
Oh, I will do that.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Mom wants me to check my email.
So Ed, I've been looking at Missouri land. I've been doing instant acres, and I don't like their covenant stuff and junk like that. I've been looking at for like a year now, and so it's been stacking extra cash. I'm not going to touch my retirement stuff. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
is there good stuff out there that besides instant acres? Because they got covenants stuff like that. I don't want a covenant. You know what I'm saying?
We got where I got my property at. There is none.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I've been looking for property out in that area, or Oklahoma, or East Texas. So,
Right. How much land are you looking for, though?
well, I almost bought 12 acres about last week. I was going to buy with cash, so.
He is making chili.
Email me, Drops.
That is really hot.
I'll email you.
I'll do it this way.
Oh well, I'll email you.
Ready?
When are you going to post the winners so I can actually have the actual links to the channels? Because I'm sure they have it in their about page, the email links, and I'll just email them their price for the first second.
Yeah, let me know which ones. If you're sending both of them to one, or if you're splitting it, I just need to know so I can write it down.
No, if they have an email in their about page,
Email.
Yeah.
then I will just email their gift certificate to them. Done deal.
Right. Okay. Just let me know who you're sending it to, because I got to get a hold of Robert. I got to get a hold of Willett. I got to get a hold of all 9 of them, of the sponsors. But I'm going to try to finish it up. I might not even put the channel links in the description because I'm at work. But I've mentioned their names in the thing like 5 or 6 times, and people know who they are.
Yeah, I know who they are, but I want to
Who doesn't know Nunya Tech? Oh yeah, definitely verify. We're all going to verify them.
Right. And then
So
I'll
just look up whoever you're going to put it to. I do know all 3 of them have an email address in their about page.
Okay. Well, it's that easy then. I can do the Amazon gift certificate for $25 to the first and second place winners. So there you go.
Okay.
I can't wait to see who wins. I watched every single one of those videos. Ed.
Yeah, Adventures on the Homestead won it.
Oh, did
The
they?
main
And
one.
Green
And then
Acres.
Green Acres came in second, and Nunya, Texas came in third.
Awesome.
None for you, Texas.
There was
Yeah.
I would never have been able to decide. There were so many good.
Matter of fact, you know what? Well, I'm gonna wait. It's 2:00 in the morning. I'm not gonna post the video now. I'll wait till 5.
You can do it whenever you need to. I mean, I'll pay up. I'm good for it.
Oh, I know you will. But
where to begin? It's like 41 here today, so yeah, I hear you.
let's see if I can do it. I don't get disconnected from you guys.
Hello, Kicking It with Harold and Friends. Sorry, guys, I'm behind on the chat. It's because I'm half asleep. Vandaland
Got
just
it,
made
got it.
chili the other day. Yeah, it's best. Chili leftovers you can do anything with. Nachos, you name
chili
it.
fries.
Chili fries.
I
chili
made a
sauce.
15 bean Cajun dish with pork and smoked clams.
Sounds yummy.
It was. My daughter's eating it. So, you know, if I make something my daughter doesn't like,
Couldn't you? It's posted.
You already posted it.
if I make something my daughter doesn't like, she'll leave it out on the counter and let it rot overnight. So
Oh, wow.
if it's not good food,
That's
and
her way of being like, nope, I'm not eating that.
no, I'm not eating your experiment.
We do
But
a lot of experiments here, but Chris was a chef for 15 years, so
I've
there
been
usually
cooking for
isn't anything
years.
bad.
I've been cooking for years. My wife told my sister-in-law last time she talked to her when she was alive. My wife is deceased now. I'm with her, well, like 5 years, 2017. My wife told my sister-in-law she got fat because she ate my cooking.
Yeah.
She starved for a whole week.
Oh boy.
It's like, oh yeah, Roy, okay, my fault. You ate the food. Not my fault. Your fault.
Oh, it was Chris's fault too. When we first started dating, I put on so much weight, but
Starve her out, Chris.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing nowadays.
You heard
yeah,
that.
now we clean and he's not a chef, so he's not always bringing me home yummy stuff from the restaurant.
Yeah, we're
It
going
was so
vegan.
nice when he was a chef and I could be like, oh, you're almost on your way home. Can you throw me in some fried pickles and this and that and the other thing?
Yeah, Chris, you're going vegan, right, bro? Come on now.
No, we haven't gone vegan, but we
No,
do.
I'm just giving a suggestion. Yeah.
We have benefited from eating out of the garden by losing over 160 pounds between the two of us. Though.
Yeah,
That's good though,
Chris is
Losing weight's
down.
good.
Chris is down about 125 himself. So
Well, it's
I know.
good to lose the weight.
Yeah, I know this living off grid. That's a killer.
it's gonna be rough for a while, Ed. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. It
But
already is.
once you're all established, though, that's the part I keep thinking of for you.
It's the secret
Yeah.
ingredient, everybody. That's dried jalapenos from the garden.
Oh man.
It's gonna be
You're
delicious.
Shaking it right in my face. I just pop off comes the cover.
When we were dicing or mincing it up, it turned into such a fine powder. We were sneezing over the blender. It was hilarious.
Oh yeah, we go through hot sauce in this house twice as much as ketchup. So
Ugh.
you can figure that out.
We all have acid reflux in this house.
Yeah, we all put ourselves through this.
Okay, well, acid reflux requires 2 cups of water, 1 or 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 2 slices of ginger, okay, and raw honey to taste, and then you drink that, and it'll get rid of the acid reflux and hangovers and colds and sour stomachs and upset stomachs from flu, cold, all this stuff. It's a cure-all. And you put a little
What's
turmeric.
weird is I was with my doctor and had gastro reflux. So I'm like, I've already seen the surgery. They're not punching holes in my stomach. Come to find out, 2 years ago, no,
Yeah.
3 years ago, I have an ulcer.
Oh.
That makes,
How?
yeah, it makes you feel like you got gastro reflux.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if I had an ulcer.
Now-
Especially this past 18 months, I'm sure everybody's got ulcers.
The ginger helps dull the pain. The honey helps coat the throat. And the turmeric is actually anti-inflammatory. So you can actually swallow that, and it helps with the ulcer and everything else.
We take turmeric on the daily.
Right.
Especially with Chris's arthritis. That's one of the things that I told him to start taking for the inflammation.
Yes, and also wild leaf lettuce capsules are good for back pain.
I want to
Okay.
grow wild lettuce so bad.
Yeah, no, you can get the capsules though also if you need to, and it's good for it's an anti-inflammatory and painkiller, and doesn't make you high. It doesn't affect your life. You won't fail a drug test, anything like that. Been taking that for years, and phenolthyme is also a good one too. Also, I'm into herbal medicine and stuff like that, so very much. So, just saying.
Homestead Aquarius, you love your reptiles and amphibians.
He's just tadpole.
No, he was just telling Land of the Land that he relocates snakes, but he doesn't have kids, and Van of the Land is killing snakes because he has kids, and I understand that to a certain degree.
Yeah, my friend Big John over there in I won't say the city, but it's over in Georgia, up in Georgia. He used to catch snakes and stuff all the time for pet stores, and pretty good gig. I just
Oh,
call him Big John, because he was a big guy. You know what I'm saying? Like a
where
tank.
to begin has wild lettuce growing everywhere. You're gonna have to get me some seeds.
Mm.
You can get it off Amazon. You can get seeds. You can get the cuttings. You can
Did
get
I?
the dry powder stuff. Yeah, it's all over.
Might be working.
And it's like people, where they get mullein? And I'm like, I got mullein growing in my backyard right now. I'm trying some leaves right now,
That's awesome.
and I got tons of seeds, so I should probably bag them up.
I found 3 mullein plants yesterday. We were out there checking it out. No wild lettuce though. Tons of wild strawberries. Oh, we lost Ed.
Yeah, his signal was pretty bad. So
Yeah, he's inside a restaurant, so I can only imagine.
Hope I'm not too annoying back here. All right. I'll go with this beautiful stuff here.
Oh, that sounds like fire.
What?
Vandaland says, I have one I call Copperhead Spit. It's agave and ghost extract, so it's good on biscuits and chicken.
Yeah, that's way too hot for me.
Yeah, ghost peppers. We watch what happens when you cook ghost peppers. It turns into pepper spray.
Yeah.
last year I grew some ghost peppers, and they got to a certain point and they started putting out peppers, and I said, I'm going to put it out in the greenhouse, right?
Yep.
And then the slug apocalypse happened, and I lost all the leaves and all the peppers. They just ate them the same night. I was like, really?
Slugs are nasty little things.
No, they're slugs. It was really wet that year, and we got slugs everywhere.
Yeah,
and it
that was
like,
last year for us.
Yeah,
I did the old beer traps, and it worked pretty well.
Well, when the slugs get around here, they just hibernate until it gets wet. You have a nice wet season, and then they just come out in droves. They're like an army ants, There's your garden. I'm gonna eat it all, and you're done. You're done.
We had such an infestation of ants this year. I've never seen anything like it. Like, we were dousing them with the hose, and you could tell how big the colonies were, because when you would go to hose down one of the ant hills, the whole ground would just open up like basketball size. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, you know what the exterminators use in Georgia? They actually have a little tube where they stick it down in the ground about 3 or 4 feet, and then they shoot the stuff in to get rid of them. That's how deep they are.
Yeah, I believe
The army ants. They're relentless.
I believe it. Like, I had no idea. And we don't really have big ants around here. It's those little guys, and they were everywhere.
Oh yeah, they're small little things, but you go over Montana. When I was growing up as a kid, you get some ants that are about an inch long.
Yeah, I can
Not
imagine.
kidding. Not kidding. But they didn't do stuff like that. But these army ants they're really bad, really bad.
Where to begin? We just started going live around this time. What was it? Sunday was our
Yes.
first
Yeah, no, Saturday night.
Saturday
Saturday
morning,
night, Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
That
So
worked.
this is our second. We're gonna be trying to get on around this time more often.
Maybe not cooking, but
Yeah, more when Chris can sit, but he wanted to make chili, and we figured we'd come on and chit chat while he was cooking away.
which I'm almost done already. So from scratch, even I'm pretty proud of that.
I can't wait to eat it. I get the easy part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you soak the beans or you put them in the Instapot?
So we got the canned beans.
He cheated.
I did, and then
Cheated. Cheated.
I bought sweet Italian sausage, hot sausage, and Hamburg, and then the rest of it's all from the garden. The tomatoes and all that, the onion. Well,
Hamburg
Yeah,
is
I
in
wish
hamburger or Hamburg is a hamburger or
We
hamburger.
might have onions in there.
what? Where was that drops? Hamburger. Yeah.
You said Hamburg or did you mean hamburger?
Yep, hamburger.
Yeah. Hamburger.
2 kinds of sausage.
Yep.
Mhm.
Sweet and spicy sausage.
Adelaine sausage.
I think so. Yeah. It's really the Walmart cheap stuff on sale. That's how we buy stuff. meat prices are so expensive. You got to look for the yellow tag nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, I actually was talking about on somebody's thing about you need to actually start when you start starving and when there's no food in the place, and you need to start making a stew or a soup or something like that or chili, because people will take the portion and the rest of it you could store
Yeah,
and save for later.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Go ahead, buddy.
And lately I've been doing that because, I notice if I make a nice ribeye or something like that, because my daughter's spoiled because she gets all the best food, in the world. She doesn't realize what's happening out there. And, so if you actually make a stew or soup or something like that, you can take what you need and the rest of it can be put in the refrigerator to be stored for later, to be eaten later.
Yep. And if you don't eat it right away, you can always freeze it.
Right. But my whole thing was about survival. When you get down to your last part of foods and you have a group of people where stuff hits the fan, okay, soups are always the ones that you see in the movies, right? That you see in history. They actually, make a soup or make a stew, even if it's just a potato soup with a little bit of meat in it, they serve that to the troops when they're in a war,
Yep. I asked my dad a lot about this because, he grew up on old homestead, like roughing it from the day he was born, kind of growing up. And the main thing that they always had around, regardless, was potatoes because they're the cheapest thing. And believe it or not, with potatoes and butter, you pretty much have all of the calories and nutrition you need for a day.
My father grew up on a ranch in Montana, over by Cardwell, and they had 400 acres of potatoes. And you could he grew up in Depression, so you could take a sack of potatoes into the store and bargain with that without money to buy food, whatever you wanted.
That's what we need to get back into.
It was my great grandfather who owned their property, and he was a strawberry farmer. So he did mainly strawberries and corn, and the same thing. They bartered for everything.
That's it.
I think we're.
But you know what he said. You know what my father said? He said 2 things to me. Save your coins, okay? Save your coins, because they may not be able to make change. Plus, they'll be valuable at their legal tender. And 4-legged chickens. 4-legged chickens are rabbits.
Yep.
Rabbits are easier to feed than chickens when stuff hits the fan. So think about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're kind of building up to it. We finally got the okay for chickens, which was it took a while.
Yeah, about 6 years of battling.
Yeah, so not everybody is as awake as we are
Yeah.
around these parts. Nice to meet you too, Hans. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
Yeah, much appreciated, buddy.
Yeah, I'm not restricted here what I do because I'm outside the city zoning thing, and when you talk about the city, it's like 10 miles or 20 miles around. So there's like 450 people here, and I just but now they're gonna put a couple houses across the street from me, and I'm like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, they've been. I mean, we're already crowded. This town used to be like your little old town, and
now it's borderline city.
yeah, it's turning into a city quickly. Like we had one little shopping plaza here. Now there's 4.
Yeah.
And they've been trying. We're on a dead end cul-de-sac, and they have been trying for the past 2 years to put a road through the only woods that's left behind our property.
As a shipping lane for truckers.
Yeah.
There's only like 400 people here.
That's
Yeah,
you're lucky.
spread out.
We
I
have
know
to-
I am, but it's so the real estate price has gone up so much, and even if the market crashes, I'm going to make 4 times what I paid for it because I own 6 residential lots.
That's awesome.
So
Where to begin?
I'm looking.
You have no idea how excited we really are.
Yeah.
All I've been doing is research on chickens, and it's already driving Chris nuts. He's like, you're not getting them till spring. Why do you need to look now? I'm like, I need to know everything there is to know about
I just
chickens.
didn't want to hear you complain about it for the next 4 months.
Chickens was easy for me because I raised show pigeons before when I was a kid. And
Yeah.
show pigeons are so much more complicated. They get so much more diseases. But chickens, just when you get the chicks, feed them medicated feed till they get big enough to put outside, and you can just feed them and they're fine. Just make sure you have a secure area for them and a coop for them to lay eggs in. They all lay in the same box, okay? They all lay in the same box. So it doesn't matter.
Smart man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vandaland says he's got bunnies, quails, chickens, and deer on his property and plans to put fish in his pond so he'll have sustainable protein, which is, I would love to be in that kind of a position.
Oh, yeah, I could sit on my back porch with my crossbow and pick off a deer every day until they run out.
See, my main issue with chickens here, my neighbor has chickens, so it's not like it's unheard of and people don't do it. I just want to get something that's really cold hardy, but I also want a really good layer.
Well,
I've been doing my research on that, and it seems like the sex link is the way to go.
Yeah, the golden sex link. I have 5 of those hens. I just bought in April, and they laid within about 4 months. They got great eggs, and they are so lovable. They come up and they almost stand on my feet, wanting attention.
Yeah, see, that's what I want. Chris doesn't want chickens that are to the point of being attached that they're not chickens. But I also want something that I can go out there and they're friendly and I can pet and touch and enjoy having chickens.
I'll tell you what, my white dots and my orps, they are run away from me, and I've got a super golden laced white dot rooster that was supposed to be a hen, and that thing is about 26 inches tall, out the size of a small turkey. We're talking about 12 pounds or 15 pounds, and he's got legs the size of almost a quarter. Okay.
Wow.
And talons are almost like, well, they don't have talons, but they have claws. He has claws that are like 4 inches long. He's a big turkey. I call him Turkey. He used to be a jerk. Now he's a turkey.
Yeah. That's one thing I'm afraid of too, and I'm sure most of you out there that are listening right now have chickens. How often does that happen that you end up with a rooster? Is it quite frequent?
I don't know, but he's a champion. He likes to dance a lot.
I just mean you go in to pick out some hens. How many times do you end up with a male?
Well, when you pick up chicks at the store, the feed store, and stuff like that, they're supposed to be already sexed. So you're supposed to get a hen all the time. But this one turned out to be a rooster, and white dots, you got to watch out for them because their feathers can be totally different. You have to look at the feathering on birds because most of them are even if they're a certain sex, and they're odd. One shorter, one taller, one shorter, one taller. Just like when you look at humans, like the middle finger and the first finger,
Yeah.
they're supposed to be the same on females.
Yep.
Okay. But on whiteouts, you got to be careful because their feathers can be deceptive. Okay. And if you're buying them, they don't really, it's hard to tell sex on whiteouts, but they put out mostly white eggs and traditional eggs. They're a little bit brownish, but
Where to begin? I was thinking about quail. We actually had a combo with Homestead Aquarius the other night, and we decided that chickens were the bird for us, not so much quail, just because of the amount of eggs to feed that man right there. We'd have to have a lot of quail.
yeah, I've got 13 and a half dozen eggs sitting right now in my house. So I don't, no lack of eggs.
Yeah, see, and the other thing about chickens too is the survival aspect of it. They're survivors. They'll go and forage and do what they got to do, and you can give them scraps and all that good stuff. I like that fact about chickens.
I never lost a chicken yet. So
That's pretty good.
Feed a chicken, and he's all set with it.
Yeah, you feed a chicken, Chris says.
well, I raised showbirds, pigeon showbirds, and I did win awards for that when I was a kid, early teens, you know. So I do know stuff about raising birds. And so when I got chickens, it was no brainer for me. Not, honestly.
Where to begin? This is going to be the first time we have chickens. I don't even know if Chris would be able to do that right away. She said if you get too many roosters, put them in the stew pot.
That's why I don't want you to get attached to them.
Well, if you're going to do a straight run on chickens, you're probably going to get a lot more roosters than you are hens. And, when they start looking like a rooster, it's time to throw them in a funnel, cut the neck off, and
Yeah. See,
defeather
I
them.
mean, my dad's around, and at least he's got the experience with that kind of stuff. Never slaughtered anything. So
Well, I've done small game hunting, big game hunting since I was a kid, so it's not a big deal for me. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
this will be a first, and I know eventually it's going to happen.
That's why
And you know what?
Right
If I
here, because I'll be in the house crying.
Yeah, maybe you need to start eating the eggs first from the chickens, and then you can work your way up to that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I like the
Mhm.
idea of the sex links, because I guess they're very easy. That's why I call them sex links, because they're so easy to sex. So that's why I figured they would be a good starting bird. At least I know
Oh,
I have hens.
they're very lovable, and if you get laying hens, they're great, and you're going to get some eggs, especially the first year or two. For
Plus, they're not very broody, are they?
well, they are loud. They are loud. They'll
It'll
follow
be
you
a
around the
competition.
cage. They'll follow you around everywhere you go. Everywhere you go.
It's good. That's good by me. There'll be
I let
competition
them
from the
out.
neighbors. The neighbors got all. He's got heritage breeds. He's got the Rhode Island Reds and the Barred Rocks, and
Yeah.
I think that's about all he had left. He lost about 9 chickens this summer.
Due to what?
It was either a fox or a skunk or a possum.
I think it was
Well,
Yeah, we think
Skunk?
it was a skunk though because they
Yeah.
didn't eat the remains. We'll put it that way.
that
And it was a
also-
mess.
Also,
No, it's
another
probably-
weird thing. Like
Probably a ferret.
2 months
A
after
ferret.
the chickens were eaten, we found the skunk tail next to
Yeah,
the chicken coop.
That was weird.
So there may have been something else there too.
No. Raccoons and ferrets will rip the heads off and drink the blood. A skunk will steal eggs. A skunk doesn't usually eat your chickens. And I got skunks out here that are 35 pounds. Okay. I got the big ones, big striped ones. And I've caught a few of them, took them away, but they don't generally try to kill the chickens.
Free into the land, I have heard of that, and I totally am planning on that. The magic water for the chicks with the honey, garlic, and apple cider vinegar.
What's the cayenne pepper thing again? I forget.
Isn't that to keep them laying, the cayenne pepper?
Well, you throw a little vinegar in the water to keep the stuff down in the thing so you don't scrub it. A micro farmer does that too, by the way. You know that? Puts vinegar in the water.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of people do it. From what I hear, when you do that, when they're chicks, you just give them like the best chance possible. Easter eggers, Rhode Island Reds. Oh, and a bantam. Everybody's got a bantam rooster because they're pretty, isn't it?
Well, I think about egg production. My respects, egg production, and if I need meat birds, I do. I buy only dual purpose chickens, so I buy meat and egg layers.
Yeah,
And
see, I've been thinking about that too. Like,
and are they going to lay in the winter? That's another thing too. The ARFs
Yeah.
do, the sex-linked stew, and the whiteouts are sporadic. So
Orpingtons are pretty good too.
that's what an ARP is. Orpington.
Oh, okay. I don't know chicken slang yet.
Yeah, it's
I'll
chicken
get
slang.
there.
Don't step in it. I had my daughter help me out tarp the chicken coops yesterday, and she stepped in some of it, and she's like, "What do I do with this?" And she goes there and cement and starts putting on cement. And I was like, "No, you go over to the grass over here, but I leave it nice and long so you can scrape it off."
Yeah, it's probiotic and antibiotic. The apple cider vinegar, garlic, honey water.
Oh
I
yeah,
would rather drink that than plain water too.
yeah. The actual mixture I told you for a tonic for any type of cold was
Yep.
2 cups of water, 1 or 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, raw honey to your taste, 2 slices of ginger root, and then some turmeric, and that will cure a lot of things that
Yeah.
you have problems with. It will.
We tried to grow our own turmeric and ginger this year. It didn't work out too well. But yeah, I completely understand. They're like miracle workers.
Oh, I need so many more spices in that.
Yeah, I did grow horseradish root too, by the way, and then I did turmeric and ginger, and I grew a lot of thyme, parsley, lemon balm,
Yeah, I grew a lot of that stuff too.
chamomile, stuff like that, and
I heard
a lot of
chickens like mint today. That was just a tip that was thrown at me today. They love mint.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was time to shine, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right. We just listened to that.
They had a chicken loose and it was literally sitting in the little mint patch. Vandaluland says he likes the eggers because of the blue eggs. The Easter eggers. Ah, see, I knew that slang.
Yeah, but how do the blue eggs taste? Because I don't have Easter eggers.
I've never had one. They actually sell them in the stores around here, and I still haven't tried them. So, Van of the Land, you will have to tell us, do the blue eggs taste any different?
Watch yourself, Dave.
Well, there's a link in the chat for everybody to come up if you want to talk about your blue Easter eggs. You know.
So what do you all think of my first homemade chili there? Huh? It's got to sit overnight, so
Cook overnight?
yeah, you know.
Just gonna crock pot it.
He is throwing it in the crock pot.
Yep, overnight.
Yep.
Just let it sit there and
Add more. What do you call it? Chicken broth.
yeah, I like it. I like thick and hearty, not so much.
He really
loose.
does.
Yeah, but the leftovers it gets thicker if you don't do that. So it does. If you have leftovers and you try to put it away, you have to have more chicken broth when you redo it. So just telling you.
Van of the Land says he uses turmeric raw honey mixture for his green tea.
Yeah, that's pretty much standard.
We take turmeric every morning.
Well, where to begin? I can't wait to see your blue eggs.
You know, I took a bunch of turmeric and I actually just freeze it and other stuff if I don't plant it, and then I just go ahead and grind it up. And it's easier to grind up when it's frozen, and then you get the same benefits. So you know.
So Van of the Land says they don't really taste different. It's just the shell.
Well,
Yeah,
the Orps do.
I've heard that too. All home chicken eggs have a richer yolk than store-bought.
The Orps actually have a more orange type of yolk, and they're more tasty. But the sex links actually have very good eggs too, but they don't have a big yolk. So, but their eggs are not as big either. So that might be another.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of getting like I said, we only want to get like 6 to start with, and then once we get comfortable, add more to the flock. But I want to get like 2 of each just to see what each breed is like.
Yeah, I wouldn't overload. I would just actually do like how many eggs can you eat a day? How many?
Well, see, one of the main reasons why we actually were okayed to get chickens is Chris's mom is a cake decorator. And with the price of eggs going the way they are around here, it was one of the selling points. And she does some weekends $400 to $500 worth of cake decorating. So, I mean, she does the cake from scratch, the whole 9 yards. So, we
Okay,
use
so
quite a bit of eggs.
I want to mention somebody that actually has a lot of eggs every day. You can also make mayonnaise out of the eggs.
Yep. So many things really that we could do with them personally.
So what I'm going to personally do is I'm going to start making my own mayonnaise because I like to make coleslaw and stuff like that. It takes a lot of mayonnaise,
And honestly, it tastes so much better homemade mayonnaise.
It does. And
it's
I
like
noticed,
a cool little science experiment.
I've noticed the quality of the eggs versus in the store because I haven't bought eggs in like a year and a half. So, that's how I know nowadays. I love having chickens, and if you want to, you can film the chickens, and they do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah, they're hilarious. We sit outside and watch our neighbor's chickens all the time, and ducks. He's got ducks too. I definitely have learned from watching his ducks, though, that ducks are a handful.
Oh, yeah, I got lakes of them up the road and down the road.
And
I
they
got
are
all kinds of
not
water.
very nice to each other. I will just say that.
Well, fortunately, I have natural quail around here, running around all the place, and ducks everywhere. So I don't need those. I got chickens.
Yeah. Yeah, see, Vanderland, we would do that too. Like Chris's aunt is in the same business as his mom. They both do cake decorating. So having extra eggs around would not be an issue.
Well, I thought when I moved to Missouri or Oklahoma or Texas, whatever, East Texas, because I'm thinking about just doing hatchery and then doing the seed, farm.
Smoke break?
So,
I would love a smoke break if you want to take over for a
I
moment.
will take over for a minute. I
In
know
Vanderland, I just want to, yeah, ducks are nasty. They're nasty to each other.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So we're talking chickens. So
Oh,
you get
still?
to talk. Yeah, I can
Excellent.
talk chickens all day.
I know. I've heard it all day.
do you want the brief or do I need to catch up, Chris?
Well, I'm sure I'm going to, get a whole earful of it as we go to bed tonight. So,
Or do you want a blind, hit the wall thing? Come
At
on,
least I got a bunch of homestead
be
friends
adventurous.
that will talk chickens with me all day long.
yeah.
Where to begin, Vanderland.
I'm-
They're all sitting here talking chicken with me.
And I'm falling behind on the clickaroo thing here.
Slacker.
Well, why don't you just throw the link back up and have somebody else come up here?
Well, we're going to be, closing it down here relatively soon. I don't want to get everybody up here just to get them down. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, we have to kind of get rest for tomorrow's festivities all over again.
Yeah, no worries. I'm actually was going to go to bed real soon because I get up and do the stock market, and then I do my business, and then I do my, whatever. I do chickens in between that. And,
Yeah. I never really got into the whole stock market thing. It's just not my thing. And then on the other hand, I've never really done a credit card either. I have no credit card debt. Never owned a credit card in my life.
Well, I have credit cards, but I pay them off every month.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, I made 10 grand. I didn't make anything last week, but this week, on Monday, I made 4 grand. So I'm fine. And then one of my clients called me up today and really freaked out, and I had to fix some stuff for him on the fly. And it's like, this is why you pay me big money.
Yeah.
It wasn't my fault. It wasn't his fault. It's a third party fault. Things happen.
Yeah. I know nothing about any of that stuff, honestly, buddy. I know, I guess gold and silver is one of those things that people, would rather depend on than the stocks. That's about all I know.
No, I'm an IT guy and a programmer. So there you go. So,
Yeah.
No, I'll be in chat if they still want
Oh,
to talk
Gina will still be. Gina's going to be in chat if you want to talk chickens still instead of stock.
Zillow just sold off 7,000 properties or to get dumping it, and their stock went down. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but I want to wait for it to dip, and I'm going to buy into Zillow when they hit rock bottom, and that'll go up from there. And I can either swing trade it or whatever I want to do. And I can probably make $5 or $10 a share.
Yeah. No, I wasn't really. I never really got into technology, so I guess I couldn't really be that great at stocks. That would be an accurate statement, right?
Yeah. I used to do engineering stuff, so
Yeah.
I'm spoiled. I mean, I've worked my entire life, and I attained all this knowledge for what? Oh, I want to retire probably next year because I'm tired.
Yeah.
I am tired.
I'm tired, and I have no room to complain.
Yeah, it's cool though. You guys are doing great there in 2.5 acres, I think. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's 2.2, and we're kind of restricted on how much we can use. So I want to get out there with a measuring tape and just measure, the square footage that we actually grow on, because I think we did pretty dang good as far as food production this year and on what we have to grow with. So
I think I grew on a tenth of an acre on my 1.5 acres, so I think I'm okay.
I really think that's what we have to drops. Either that or like a fifth of an acre we may grow. I don't know. I got to get out there with a Tezzeret mate. Tape measure.
You can actually go out with the county assessor or whatever on their website, like I can, and I can look at each one of my lots. I have 6 quarter-acre lots, so I can tell exactly how many acres I got, and I can tell the lots. I got 6 residential lots, and I bought this place because originally I moved up here because I bought this place because my wife passed away. My mother was crying to me, I need assisted living. So I went up here and bought these 6 lots, the best place I could find with something on it, right? And I looked at it and said, well, this is a future investment, but also this is Spokane was a point from here to Seattle where my 2 sisters lived to actually support this stuff. So I moved here to actually spend the last days with my parents, which is almost 4 years, which is great.
Yeah.
So I got to be with them every day, and I didn't care about money because I had enough money to not worry about it. And so I got to take them out twice a week, go shopping, go eat food, restaurants, stuff like that. It was wonderful, and I really enjoyed that because it was a good distraction when my wife passed away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was a good thing.
Yeah. No, our predicament. We live with my parents for not by choice. We're here, and it is good in some ways and bad in others. We'll just keep it at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we had a nice house in Georgia. I sold that, and it's worth $100,000 more. But I look at it now, and what I bought now, after the wife passed away from cancer, she did, it because I was with her almost 20 years.
Yeah. It sucks.
I'm not a love and leave them type of guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I try to be a tough guy, but some things just strike a chord.
Hey, when your kids hit their head in the middle of the table, when they're young, I'm telling you, you lose all that tough guy stuff. He's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You love your children, you love your wife, and that's important. That's the most important thing in the world is to love everybody around you. Yeah.
That's what we try to push really drops is just, peace, love, and happiness. Let's stop beating each other down and let's start picking one another up and make this world a much more pleasant and prosperous place.
Yeah, man. I was in the Navy and I did serve a year and 2 months, and I was a reservist. And the one thing I learned about across the world was that people want the same thing.
That goes to the whole thing I've been saying, and now that I kind of have my soapbox to actually put my 2 cents in, I never understood why 2% controlled the 98%. I've never fathomed that in my entire life. Like, why is it set up that way? Why is this system the way it is? It doesn't benefit anybody but the people who it benefits, and the rest of us suffer.
It benefits you if you decide to make a difference in yourself and your goals. And I may be an old man, but this old man can still pick up a 5-foot tractor tire and move it. Okay, so I'm going to tell you right now.
I see that a lot. I see that with Crazy Ed out there busting his ass in his yard, working a full-time job. Jan just sitting there throwing around bags of soil and stuff. I don't mean to say that like
Loose faucet,
yeah,
and Crazy Ed are not
like
going to give
I
you
don't
any
mean to
slack.
say it like it sounds like their age and they're that motivated to get it done. It's inspiring.
Well, my nephew is like in his early 30s and tried to give me a good old bear hug.
Mm.
Well, he found out it don't work so well for him. No, this old man still has some strength in him, and so is Simply Jan, and Gail is a hell of a gal too, by the way. And
Yeah.
Crazy Ed is, now he's a strong man like me.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can still pick up stuff and move stuff around, and we can still
That's
shred a
the
little
same
wisdom.
thing. Same thing with me. You see that tattoo there?
Mm-hmm.
It says tank, and there's a reason for that. I move things. When I played football, my mother has a couple videos of me actually pushing 3 guys at the same time while my running back is just walking into the end zone because I was able to push that much.
Yeah, I was defensive end, and when I tackled the 2 blockers and the runner, they're both kicking up snot. But that kind of hurt my left shoulder, by the way.
Yeah. Well, look at my knee, man. It's like Hamburg when I'm cooking back there. That's what my knee is like nowadays.
Yeah, I've got football injuries.
Yeah.
That's where my back comes into play. I got clipped in the back, and the next play, the guy lost his head.
Mm. Yeah.
So, I'm pretty sure his concussion is not going to work very well.
Yeah, no, you can't fool around with things like that. Like even just the one concussion can really mess you up. Never mind a second or third.
Oh, trust me, he had a concussion.
Yeah.
It really went to the. I took him out. I was like, okay, you want to play dirty and clip me like that in a football play? I took his head off. I took the pin, whatever.
Oh,
His helmet went off. So hard to hit him. I was known as a defensive hitter. I was really hard at hitting, so I did that. But
yeah, I was
yeah,
pretty much known as the tank. So that my nickname was given to me at birth. My what was it? My great uncle was a tank commander at one of the conflicts we had. It wasn't a war, it was just a conflict that we had. And he was home at the time I was coming out. And I came out 9'7", 25 inches, something like that. He looked at me, he goes, "That boy's a tank." And that was it. The day of my birth, I had that nickname, and it carried out. And yeah, just a funny little story.
yeah, I actually played with a lot of Somalians and what was that? Kenny. Yeah, he was a big guy. He could bench press 500 pounds plus. Jeez. But I always hit hard when I played defense. So,
Mm.
and I was a runner. I was a run back a couple times when they needed to plow the road.
Yeah, they would never allow me to play fullback, and I always called them a damn fool. Because could you imagine some guy like me, 300 pounds, like leading the way for you? And I can move for a big dude.
I was 147 pounds back then, and I cut the lane.
Yeah, 300, man. I'm actually lighter now than I was in high school. But in high school, the whole body fat test, agility test, all that stuff that they put you on the roster and all that.
Yeah.
Apparently, I scored in the top 23% of the country at my age, size, and body fat. So nowadays, I bet you I'd be at the bottom 23% of that.
I don't know. There's still some weightlifting records for the 6 months before I kicked the baseball coach's ass because he got on me and he wanted me to play baseball and I said, I ain't going to play that damn game.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
And
thank you, Mrs. Cosmic. She had to correct me. I'm forgetful sometimes. So it was 22 inches as I posted here. Thanks, dear. Go ahead, Drops.
22 inches of what?
Oh, that was how long I was when I was born. I was 9'7", 22 inches.
Oh yeah, I'm almost a 10-pound baby,
Yep. Yep.
and my brother was too, and he's actually bigger than me. He was a Marine. I was Navy, and my dad was Army Air Corps. My uncles were um, Army, and then most of them were Army, and then my uncle is still alive. He served in World War II on a battleship
Mm.
during
I had
that
a
time.
lot of family who served.
Yeah, every one of them served until this generation now. So
Yeah,
just
yeah. I guess you could say my generation, but even I have friends who have fought and come back, and their lives will never be the same. So
yeah, it messes you up sometimes, doesn't it?
yeah, yeah. I one of my buddies, when he came back, we met up a couple years later, and we just started talking. And next thing I know, he was doing drills in the back of my yard, describing the motions he had to go through to save his life and take others' lives. So it was,
Yeah,
really,
that's pretty bad.
yeah. But he's much better now. He's actually gotten help. He's in contact with his family, his kids, and things are much better for him now. He has a great job working for the town, and yeah, I couldn't be happier for him right now. So
Yeah, that PTSD really messes up people, and I think they cheapen it when they include everybody else in that, because I think they should have just said shell shocked. You know what I'm saying?
I can't even begin to imagine the way it is, but like sometimes you get to a point where you're having a nervous breakdown, and that's the only way I can compare it to.
Well, I've always been middle of the road, so that probably helped me out a lot. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the same way. I don't, I'm on the fence on everything. Like I'm open to, I guess you could say agnostic would be a good word.
Yeah, I mean, I actually have studied many religions, so I
Yeah, I believe me and you have studied a lot of the same ancient things and, come to the same conclusion over certain subjects. I mean, I've known you through Marfugal for at least 2 years now. So,
yeah, I'm a Murphy, and of course I know Adam and everything,
yeah.
and so it's not like I'm a mystery. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, but it just it really sucks losing your spouse. You know what I'm saying?
I, the only thing I compare it to is, another family member. Like, I haven't lost my spouse or my parents yet, thankfully.
Yeah, I lost both of them this year in October, and
Yeah.
last year in October and January.
Robert,
But they
have a
were,
great night, buddy.
they were 89, so
So,
expected.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to sit there and say that's a great lifespan, but, we
They
deserve
were
a lot more for what we put into the system, I believe.
they were married for 66 years.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. So they
You
lived a
know,
long, happy life together.
and they were great parents because they nurtured everything, and my father always made sure I knew how to do everything.
Yeah.
So if the water heater goes out, the HVAC goes out, the car goes down. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I've rebuilt transmissions and engines. You know,
Killed that volume, man.
Oh, sorry.
She came in here with the volume from the porch. I'm like, no.
you know, and so many people tell me I got to pay this amount of money to get this fixed and that fixed, and
Mm,
I'm like, get off your butt and learn how to fix it yourself.
I wish I was that savvy.
yeah, I can only do that with certain things, honestly.
Especially automobiles. Like I would
Yeah,
be.
no, me and automobiles, like you sit there and have a conversation like, oh, a 450 Hemi, da da da. I'll look at you and say, I can cook you a great steak.
Yeah, but the thing is, my father.
was the most angry I've ever seen him get.
Yeah. Your father.
My father made sure I knew how to fix everything. And when he didn't know how to fix something, he bought me a stupid. When I was 13, he bought me a electronic set from Radio Shack. Okay. And when I
Yeah.
was 15, I fixed a family TV because of that, because I learned how to do it.
Wow. Yeah. See, woodworking, I guess, is my forte, and other little things, cooking, like I don't know, everything but automobiles.
Yeah, I don't like getting underneath it either nowadays, but with my bad back, but I can still do that stuff. But I learned how to cook also because my mother made sure everyone knew how to cook, knew how to can. Okay, so I came from a prepper type of family where we learned everything.
You came from the way life should be instead of so reliant on the very few.
Well, they came off of a farm and a ranch, so
Mm.
and you get snowed out in Montana or Colorado, you get snowed out for 2 or 3 months.
Mm.
Nobody come give you groceries. Nobody come help you. You learn how to do the stuff on your own. And they instilled that upon us.
Yeah, it reminds me of The Shining, you describing that.
Well, no, I understand that movie by Jack
Just the
Nicholson.
analogy, buddy. Just the analogy.
Oh, I know, but you need to learn how to do everything.
Yeah.
Thankfully,
And
we've been fortunate in the fact that we have a lot of family nearby, and we have a lot of auto mechanics in the family.
Yeah.
His dad knows everything about vehicles, but he's just at that age now where he'd rather pay a mechanic to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad was the same way.
Yep.
But the first time when I was 17, and I bought this Pontiac Le Mans, and the fuel filter went out. The fuel pump went out, and he looked at me and said, "Dad, what my car's?" And he said, "Well, son, you need to learn how to replace that."
Yeah, and we get home around our time. It's 2:30, 3:30 in the morning, so we're usually up for a little while.
Yeah.
Yesterday was a chaotic day, though, with his dad having a grand mal seizure, so I'm a little more pooped out tonight than I normally am.
Yeah.
It was quite emotional.
It was basically his fourth one in 2 years, and this was the worst one of them all. There was 2 periods where he stopped breathing for a good 30 seconds or
His
so.
mom had to start CPR. It was not a fun experience.
Yeah.
But thankfully, there's a house full of us, and I was on the phone with 911 while he was helping his mom with his dad, and thankfully the ambulance was in here before 5 minutes was up.
Within 5 minutes, but they're also 2 minutes down the road, so.
And with everything that went on in our town yesterday, I'm honestly surprised they were here that quickly.
Yeah, my parents the last year, they were Alzheimer's, so they're like Poopy Joe right now, and
you mean Brandon?
Yeah, let's go, Brandon.
Oh no! Now our channel's gonna get shut down.
Well, I didn't say it; you did.
No, yeah. I think as long as we don't wrap it, it's okay.
My grandfather had Alzheimer's, so I completely understand where you're coming from.
I can do rap, but I don't.
Yeah, that's what I heard. It's the song that was barred, and
he's even played it on stage himself. So
yeah, if the tides were turned, the narrative would be driven home. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I do. And it's pretty sad, but
yeah, it really is.
Well, I heard Virginia went well today, so
yeah, so far. Well, it's the after hours when the bean counters really kick in.
But as the last time we looked at it, it was going in the
Yeah,
right direction.
that was the thing. I don't know if you kept up with that, Drops, but basically, if they were to, cheat their way in again, it would have been like 103% voter turnout. So
I don't do that kind of stuff because I already know it's election, not election. So there you
well,
go.
I've never voted in my life. There it is, bomb drop.
Last year was the first time I've ever voted.
Yeah, so I have no room to bitch, but I also have no party to associate my beliefs in. So
I'm not into parties, and also that I've also voted every year since I was eligible to vote. So
yeah, it's a choice, right?
I
Like,
never really understood how important it was until last year, and I feel like I feel like I was cheated.
I feel like I feel like I've been cheated, but I also feel that it is what it is, and you got to roll with it, and you got to think positive and come out. It's like the stock market. I've been here for the last decade. The stock market's going to crash. The stock market's going to crash. Okay, it's going to crash, but are you ready to buy up everything cheap?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you got to be in that mindset.
yeah.
Because the winners can come apart from the losers. It's a matter of how your mindset is, how you're going to, you know, you're going to set your own rules. I always said this in the past and now.
Yeah.
You will succeed and be a winner if you decide to be a winner. If you want to be a loser, you'll sit there and you'll complain about everything. There's always a bright side to the sun, no matter how the situation is.
Yeah.
You have to pick it.
Well, I think with the situation that's going on now, it's real eye opener for a lot of people, and honestly, I think we have to go through this period to just not be so reliant.
Yeah. I believe in not the way things are going right now. I don't think it should be an umbrella effect. I think it should be localized. Just there's too much power in too little places right now.
I actually did a video on my other channel called Drops Preps.
Hmm.
Okay, that tells you about the economic situation that we're going through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and how it's going to play out.
Yeah.
I don't know if you checked it out. Did you check it out?
Yeah. Maybe as we're going to bed here soon.
Yeah, I mean, I actually did a video on my channel of how the United States and how this whole money thing works.
Yeah.
And
I mean, if we've been down the same rabbit holes, buddy, I think I have a good idea where you're going with that. Hello, Tom. I hope you are doing
Hey,
well,
Tom.
buddy.
well, I
Angel,
didn't get a
is that
rabbit
you?
hole.
Hello.
What's that, buddy?
I didn't get a rabbit hole. I got a lecture when I was 15 about how the world works.
Sorry, I didn't. Terminology that I use,
My father actually told me when I was 15 how the world works.
Mm.
He told me the ins and outs. And my father was a Mason, by the way.
Yeah, we're finding out there is a lot of those.
Yeah, in weird places.
Yeah, but there's two different Mason lodges, and it depends upon the lodge where you come from.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like you have to listen and pay attention to stuff. And we've been through this before. I've been through this before because I remember the Carter days, and I remember gas lines. I remember shortages. I remember you can only buy 2 or 3 of those. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, that's
Hey, Angel.
the generation that I live in. I guess you could say it's almost the privileged generation where there's been no war, there's been no famine, there's been no anything except gluttony, greed,
You can always call us, Angel. We're going to be jumping off of here soon. If you want to give us a call in a little bit, we should still be up.
Oh yeah.
Not for a horribly long period of time,
Yeah.
but we'll be up for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what you're experiencing now is nothing compared to what I experienced when I was a
Yeah.
kid with
Yeah,
Connor.
no, that's pretty much what I was just touting about. It's like the the millennials and the Generation X and a little bit of the generation before us. There's
So,
nothing to complain about.
Angel, we usually get up around 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So if you guys can do that time, that we will set the alarm.
Yeah, yeah. Give you guys a call. We have both of your numbers too.
Yeah, I remember the days when we had the same situation, and I compared it to what we did to Japan, what we're doing to China right now.
Mm,
So if you want to listen to my drops prep channel,
yeah. Yeah.
I have a little information on there you might want to listen to because I can tell you exactly what's going down.
Yeah, it's always good to gather all the pieces before you start to put it together, you know?
Well, I got a little wisdom when I was a kid, and I actually know what's going on. And I'm just playing my cards. I'm saving my money. I'm looking at property in because I don't want to live up
Can't
here
wait
in
to say hi to you
Spokane.
too. It's been a while.
Yeah.
You know, Spokane is not the place I wanted to live. I moved here because I needed a new purpose after the wife passed away and took care of my parents for 4 years. And it was wonderful 4 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful to be with them, to be able to live their last days with them and take them out twice a week and shopping and go out to eat and talk to them. You know, never underestimate your time with family. And if you have any problems with your family, I'm going to tell you right now, get rid of them because in my family, I've got a sister who's totally woke, another one that ain't. And I spend time with them because I want to make sure I maximize my time with my family with love. That's all there
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I mean, we're living with his parents. We've just taken my dad and my special needs niece in. On top of that, we stay pretty tight with family. There's a few that have difference of opinion that have kind of drove a wedge
But they've
between
also
us.
burned their bridges and the town on their way parting ways, you know what I'm yeah, like
Yeah, but I don't do that. I don't do that with anybody because
Yeah, we
I
don't
don't,
either.
no, that's not us.
I have friends that are totally liberal too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I haven't burnt my bridges with them at all because I love each and every one of them, and I tried to express my love to them, and kindness and love went out. And you know,
Well, that's us. Like, you know,
Drops, this is kind of how it went, the long but short story
long but
of it.
short, my cousin was in need 4 different times. We took him in all 4 times, and he burnt us every single time. Didn't pay money, absolutely lazy, had to pick up after him, had to provide him with food,
Had to tell him when to take a shower.
when to take a shower, like just absolute madness. And then when we finally were like, hey, you know, like you gotta help out, he freaked the out, took his daughter, and we haven't seen him in 2 years.
yeah, my brother-in-law is like that. I put him up many times, and
Yep.
even today, I still talk to him. You know what I'm saying?
He won't talk to us. That's the problem.
He flipped out that day and just
Yeah.
cut ties.
Yeah, basically called us pieces of shit for giving everything we possibly could to him.
Putting
and
ourselves in debt, the whole 9 yards.
I know how that is because I've been shit on in the internet too, by the way, on YouTube. So, you know,
Yeah.
but people that have done the same thing. But all you can do is offer love and kindness and, you know, and believe in the Father. That's all there is you can do.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, you can't do anything more. If people reject the Father, they reject love and peace, then that's on them. But you can keep offering it. You don't need to. If they do call, you know, in the future, be there
Yeah. Yeah.
and you know, hope for the best and expect the worst. That's
Yeah.
what I can say.
Yeah. Pretty much. Pretty
You know,
much.
No,
that's
we have no desire to have enemies and hate in our life.
No, there's enough of that already.
So
yeah.
we
The trauma.
we spread our positivity. Like the whole reason we started this YouTube channel was for family that was afraid to come around, so that they could see what we were doing and creating.
And the ironic part and the funny part is none of them showed up. All of you did.
His brother showed up once to leave a negative
Yeah.
comment, and then that was
Yeah.
it.
He left me one shitty, really negative, horrible comment, and I blocked him, and that was that.
Well, you know, that's one thing that I need to say to you is that you need to have love and kindness in your heart,
Hmm.
because there will be negative people that will they either out of their own self doubt or self esteem they'll
And
do
that's
that.
exactly what it is with him, unfortunately.
Hmm.
Yeah, it is, but you need to show love and kindness even at that point. You know.
Yeah, I still talk to him. I still negotiate with him. It's just
We'll put it this way, Drops. The last time they were on the had a phone conversation, Chris felt like he was going to have a heart attack because it was that.
he was just filled with so much negative.
And
And I
hate,
tried to
hate.
be there and talk to him, and it was just so bad and so bad.
Yeah, you can't take the negative injury if it actually affects you. What you
Yeah.
need to do is you just need to put out positivity to them and say, look, you know, I really love you, and you know, this is what it is. You know, if you want to try again, the door's still open, but
Mm.
the door has certain keys to open. Okay.
Yeah, those keys are all worn down nowadays.
Yeah, I know.
The door is not closed. He calls when he
Yeah.
needs to call.
He calls when he needs to pour his negativity out.
Yeah, that's pretty much what
Yeah,
it is.
I feel you because I have a brother just like that. Okay.
Yep.
I do.
Yeah.
And you know, he's still screwing his life up, and the gal that I kicked off to him because she hit on me first, he married her, and she was bad news in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I just keep the door open and love and have peace in your heart and have harmony in your heart, because you need to have that for yourself. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't need to take the weight of the world upon yourself. You don't.
So that's
Guys, I would love to go fishing in Canada. I've heard so many great fishing stories from Canada.
that's like my own personal quandary. It's like I hear what you're saying, how you need to put out the love, but also on the same note, if you find yourself happier by secluding yourself from that negativity, which is better. I've found that, like positivity is better solo than negativity with two people.
I do understand that. Okay. But then again, that's part of your heart hurting because of that, and you don't give them the keys to the kingdom. What you give them is a little slither of, okay, if you're going to come back in my life, you need to do this and that, and I need to see some progress. That's all you do.
Yeah, but there will be no progress. I just know it because there hasn't been.
Well, the thing of it is the cold, hard, sad truth is he has literally shut this entire family off from even physical contact because of the fact that
he's been jabbed and we haven't.
Yeah, he believes that we're putting him at risk because we haven't.
Well, I'm not jabbed either. So
and we are horrible, shitty people.
Because we are selfish and only think of ourselves.
Yeah. So we have Christmas presents in the closet that are 3 years old. Well, 2 years old now. Sorry, 2 years now.
And we're not even going to drive them up there and drop
we
them
can't
at
even
his
drop
door.
them off because they could be contaminated.
Well, I told one of my sisters I love you very much, and and I'm sorry, but I probably won't see you in 2022 because you probably won't be on.
Yeah, yeah. I warned him of it, and his wife is a
Vandalina, just reading your comments now. It's hilarious.
his wife is one of those. What does she do again at Yale?
She's one of the people that is working on the V scene.
Yeah, she actually she was the one injecting animals when that was allowed, and when that was signed out or signed as a law not to do, that
Thanks
45
to
did.
T-Man.
I get it.
She came to us and bitched up and down how much of a piece of he is and how much he needs to go and just how horrible it is that we can't test on animals anymore. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, test on yourself. Like,
Oh, Vandal the land. Yeah, I keep the when I get new chicks, I keep them in my bathroom for like 10 days before they start hopping out of the brooder, and then they go in the cage, and they go in the utility room.
I think I'm just going to keep our chicks right in our bedroom.
well, I can't do that on the live.
Yeah, not on the live, but
we have your number.
We have your number. I will text you our number.
We will. And speaking of that, it has been 2 hours and it's 4:40, well, almost 4:40. So I think we're gonna end this there, Drops, buddy.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to tell you one thing.
What's
Just
that?
have hope that they come around.
Yeah, that's
1-800 what?
that's all I can do, right? But
That's right, Mandalorian.
see, being that guy sitting on the fences, I realize you hope in one hand and shit in the other, and see which fills first. So
Yeah, well, I'm just telling you.
yeah,
There's always salvation. The salvation prayer. Okay.
Yep.
We always leave our hearts open, and
we always get burnt.
Yeah, but it's also a two-way street. So.
Yeah, it is.
I do expect face plants in the latter part of 2022. Okay, and these people are developing things that, but even if they're going to expire, there's still the salvation prayer for hope.
Peace, Vandalilian. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate you. Thank you for all the chicken info.
Yeah. But you also can only stretch your neck out so far before it gets slit as well.
Yeah, you don't need to stretch your neck out. What you need to do is believe in the Father, and you need to actually, just do what you need to do and keep your family happy and everything else. I mean, you cannot go beyond. If somebody doesn't want to be helped, they don't want to be helped. The only person that can help them is Yeshua. So
I love the old saying: you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it.
yeah, even if you beat him to death with a whip, right?
The whole way, the whole way through a desert. Yep.
Well, thanks for having me up here, and
no problem.
I'm glad to talk to you. And
thanks for keeping us entertained while we were cooking our chili. It smells delicious in here.
Yeah, well, I made some chili last week, and it was good too, by the way.
Yeah.
So, I put some of my homegrown jalapenos in there and all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This will be our first homegrown chili.
Enjoying lives. Would love to. Oh, that's not the one I wanted.
Oh, where to begin? You are always welcome.
Yeah, absolutely.
If we're live, just shoot me a text in the chat and I will drop the link.
We'll have to exchange emails and all that good stuff so we
Good night,
can send
Nikki.
you.
Thank you for coming.
Links. Wow, Nikki, you're still in here, huh?
Yeah, is your email in the about section? Because I probably should just shoot you an email then, tomorrow, and then say, okay, here I am, and then maybe have your Streamlabs link, private, so you can just email it to people,
Yeah, we need to start getting in the habit of doing that and being smarter.
Yeah,
like Anne Marie does over there, Big Dream Hosted, stuff like that.
Yeah, we're just starting to learn all this stuff, so all the quirks and yada yada.
And since we're on this time, there is not a whole lot of trolls out there.
Yeah, no. No.
Well, there's some trolls, but I don't know who they are. But I could
Yeah.
probably knock them off. But yeah, like Crazy Ed's doing.
Angel, we'll talk to you later. Much
He's
love.
doing a great job. Middle winter is not the good time to do that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting till March or April, and I'm getting the heck out of behind the enemy's lines. Getting out of Washington State. I mean, I before I lived in Georgia for 20 years, and I just don't like it up here that much. It's too cold.
It seems
And
like it seems like lately the South is the way to go anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I get my daughter in line so she get her driver's license and all that stuff. She's 19. She doesn't even want to get her driver's license. So, and she's working her stuff. I mean, she's a great artist. She could make millions of dollars being an artist. I just don't get it.
Yeah. Well.
Driving is scary nowadays.
Yeah,
I don't blame her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Back tonight. Whew.
Just going halfway to Spokane right now. I had people cut me off. Truck drivers going 70 and then 75 and they cut me off. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
I had 2 tractor trailer trucks on the highway the other night
Wow.
pass me in the same lane I was in.
Yeah.
Like, where do you want me to go? The woods, the trees? I don't know what you want me to do.
Yeah. Respect the truckers, but we need a lane too.
I flash them and let them pass me. They usually do the blinky thing with their brakes as a thank you.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, they were driving nuts today, and I was like, how crazy is the road's going to get in a couple of months? I was like,
nuts. I don't want to see it. I don't.
all right, y'all, I'm gonna let you go and
Yep.
All right,
Have a
Josh,
great
good
morning. Hopefully you make money on your stocks,
Can I
buddy.
say, hopefully you get
I
a-
made $4,000 on Monday, so I'm okay
There-
already this week.
There you go.
This
Yeah.
month,
Yeah.
last month I made let me think about it, about 15 grand.
There you go. Good
I'm
for
just
retirement.
you go over my drops trades if you wanted to go there too, because I give insights on some of the stuff I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but
Yeah.
hey, I have my retirement accounts, and I took 10 grand for fun money and turned it into 60 grand, and I'm still rolling it up. So
Yeah.
since February. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Well, yeah. All right, buddy. Well, we will see you around, probably in the chats tomorrow.
Okay. Have a good day.
All right.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
God bless.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And
All right, everybody.
we'll see whoever's left
Thank
later.
you all for coming in.
And have a wonderful morning.
We appreciate you.